Hi folks, today I'm working on my 1967 Suzuki T20, known as the Super 6 in England. It was sold as the X6 in America. I've owned this bike for a very long time. I bought it when I was at school in the sixth form, 1979 I think it was, 80 possibly, 79, 80. And I used to go to school and do my A-levels, and I've ridden it on and off since. It's had a few years in storage. But interestingly, when I retired from teaching in my 60s, I rode it to school the last week to sort of top and tail my education, so to speak. So I've got a long history of this bike, and I really love it, but it hasn't had much use of late. It's had a couple of little problems, nothing big, but I've neglected it really. So it's looking a bit tired and worn, a bit dirty, so I'm going to give it a good clean. But one of the main issues that's driven me up the wall is the oil pump. Oil pump sits in this little cover here. I'll show you in a little while to take it all off. It's fed from the oil tank here, and unfortunately it's been weeping a little bit of oil past the seals in the pump, particularly past the actuation arm, and that means it dribbles down inside this casing, down through the bottom onto the floor. And basically, you, over a period of months, or weeks really, this oil tank slowly empties and you have a big oil pool on the floor. So what I've tended to do is just try not to fill it up, and then I got annoyed about it and various other things I've done. So you can now get the oil seal kits on eBay. I bought one. I'm going to test it out by stripping this down, stripping the oil pump down, seeing how the seals fit, having a good old look at it, putting it back together and testing to see if it works. So wish me luck. First job is to get this cover off, get this off, get the oil pump off, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. So here we go. So I've undone a couple of screws. Back brake lever gets in the way a little bit, but I just eased it off at the back, the connector. Didn't need to take it off. So I can get these screws out, and there we are. So there's the cover, a couple of screws. I put them on there so I don't lose them. And there's the oil pump. Fitted in all its glory. I'll give you a close-up of that because there's a couple of interesting points about it. So let's go and have a look. I'll show you. So there's your oil pump. As I've shown you, it's easy to get to, it's easy to remove. There's a screw here you can see clearly. There's another one there, and that's it. But just to show you a few of the features, you've got the three connections. The middle one is the feed from the oil tank here. Feeds down to there, through to the pump, and then it pumps through these two here. Now getting these in the right position is really quite tricky. You have to go through a little rubber grommet there with holes in it. And the left hand one has to be underneath the other two and over to the right. Seems an odd way, but you try any other way, you won't get them on. This is the cable, obviously, and the cable cable mechanism, I'm just about to get, is the weirdest thing. You've got a little hook connected to the bottom. The hook just hooks into that bit of plastic, and that bit of plastic is like a two-part piece which connects the cable to the hook. It's a really complicated way of doing it, and it's fiddly to take apart, but I'll show you that later on. So all I've got to do now is take the connections off, stop the oil pouring out the middle one by blocking that up in some way, and undo those two, cable off, and away we go, and then I can get on with the job. Right, I'll crack on with that. I'm going to try and take off this little plastic part to get the cable out. Now you might not be able to see, but there's two little metal tags, or tangs rather, come underneath the bottom that hold it in place, which means I can now take that hook out. Could have done it anyway, to be fair. And that cable, if you want to take it off, I'm just showing it you. See, there's two piece. It's a really bizarre bit of kit. Very strange design. I say I didn't need to necessarily take a bit off, but I just thought I'd show you. So the pump's ready to come off, they're off. I just need to take these two screws out, and that's off. So I've got the screws out, and just pops off. As you can see, there's the drive part underneath. Make sure you locate it when you put it back on. There's the back of the pump. These screws are very short, and having worked on many T20s, a lot of people put the wrong ones in, and if you put a long one in there, it can bang into the back of that drive gear and sort of cause damage. So make sure you use the correct short ones. Right, let's get her on the bench, start stripping. So here it is laid out on my desk. As you can see, with the kit you get instructions on which seals which. There's the seals, and here's my pump. That's actually upside down. There's the screws I've took off so far. And so the problem is, for me on this one, is this actuating arm there. Come on, focus in, there we are. This actuating arm, the seal, that's where it comes out on mine. The rest seems fine, but I'll put the new seals in. So, should be a fairly simple job. These two screws have got a seal behind them. You don't have to take them out, but I might as well put one in. There's a seal for that top piece. Again, I don't necessarily need that one. There's the bottom there, which I will have to take off to get the arm out, and the arm itself. So let's look at that first. So there's a pump off, the arm off under the little 10mm bolt at the end. There's the arm, it's a bit mucky. Washer underneath and on top. Note the spring on mine's a bit messy. Now looking here for the oil leak, I suspect it's around that shaft, and look, you see all the oil coming out the back there. So yeah, I'm right, that's where the leak is. So let's get the bottom off and sort that mess out. So there's the cap and 3 screws I've taken out, and I'll just show you, hold on, get in focus. Look at the muck in there. That was a bit of a surprise. It's like a big blob. Didn't expect that. I suppose it's at the bottom out of the way. Anyway, I better clean all that up. There's a little pin in there I've got to take out, I think, but let's clean it up and see what's next. Okay, so you can see here, that's what the arm actuates, that cam on there. And you'll notice a little black pin on the right hand side. And that pin is all that holds that cam to the shaft. So all I've got to do is knock that black pin out. Now that kind of sounds easy, but the black pin, if you try and knock it out, it hits the body of the oil pump below, I think, I'll see. So you sort of dislodge it down a bit, turn it around and try and pull it out. So here's the pin. I managed to knock it through a fair old bit, just enough to be able to turn the shaft around still. Put it at the top, as you can see, and then pulled it with some pliers. It was a bit stiff. You can see it's a little bit deformed at the top, but I managed to pull it out that far, and I'm going to pull it out all the way in just a moment. So there we are. As you can see, I've got the pin out. It's ready to pull that shaft out that end there. Pull that out. There's a little bronze spacer and the cam, which will all come out nicely. And then I can put the seal on the shaft, which pulls out to the right. So I've pulled the shaft out, as you can see. There's the seal. There's the cam and the bronze bush ready to fall out. So I'll just pull that all the way out now, but do note the positions of those before you actually pull them out if you're doing this yourself. So there's the shaft out, ready to put the new seal on, as you can see. Now here's the body of the pump, and I've got to replace that seal there. I'm not sure if that's leaking or not, but I've got a new one, so I'll put it on. So if you look around the other side, take those 2 screws out and that little cap comes off, and then you can push the shaft out through the seal and out the other side. So first job, go and undo those 2 screws. Once you take the 2 screws out, that little cap pulls off. It's quite tight in that shaft actually. You know, it's a firm fit. So you might have to just pop the whole shaft out by pushing on that slotted end on the other side of the pump. But once you've done that, there's your the shaft. Give it a clean up, make sure there's not any grinding like the rest of the pump. And then once you've got that, you can just take the old seal out, prise it out very simply, and put the new seal in the body, and then put this shaft back in, which is what I'm going to do. So that's the seal in position, as you can see. I use the old one just to push it home in the housing, and you can see a bit of 2-stroke oil on there, which I used before putting the shaft in to make it easy to get the shaft in and protect the seal as I did so. So then I've got to do the cap and the seal on there. I've pulled partly off to show you, so I've just got to whip that off, put the new seal on and put the cap back on. So there's the new seal fitted, bit of 2-stroke oil as you can see to help it on. There's the top of the pump ready for the housing to go on. You can see the shaft in position. Right, get that on. So I'll put the new seal on there, put the parts back in the right. I haven't got the pin in yet, so that spins round. That brass sort of spacer fits over the wide part of the shaft, so you know, don't try and bang it in. You have to. It's quite fiddly to do. I actually found it easiest putting those two bits in first while holding it vertical like that, and then slowly wobble that piece in. Took me a little bit of fiddling, long nose pliers and a screwdriver, but you get it there. So what I've got to do now is put the pin back in, and I did say earlier, make sure you get it all orientated the correct way with respect to the flat on there. Apart from filming this, I took a photograph on my camera, very good technique. So I'm going to line it all up now as it is on the photo on my camera and get it back in position it was. So there is a photograph on my camera, the flat and that cam there, and there it is on here, the flat and that bit there. You can just about see the pin, so I'm about to line the pin up, pop the pin in, put the new seal on the bottom here, and then I can put the end cap on. So you can see the pin is back in position. You might notice the nuts on the end. To be honest, it didn't quite line up, and I had to put the nut on and just pulled it very slightly with some pliers. Just had to pull the shaft out, about, I don't know, half a mil if that, before I could line that back up. So I got the pin back in. I used the original one. One end's a little bit mullered where I pulled it out with the pliers, but only to the end couple of mil. And it's a nice tight fit, and it can't fall out anyway. It can't go out either way, but it's a nice tight fit. Happy at that. Got my new seal on. Going to put the bottom on. Excellent stuff. When you go to put the arm on, don't forget that small washer, otherwise it'll lock up on you. And my spring was a bit damaged. Somebody had bodged it in the past. I happen to have an old pump lying around, so I'm going to replace the spring on mine to get it all together. So there it is, folks. All nicely assembled, cleaned up. The arm, let's have a look, moves nicely. Seals replaced. All I've got to do now is reverse the disassembly procedure, as the manuals always say. Put it back on, set it up, check the cable tension so it's got the right setting, and away we go. So there it is fitted back on the bike. You've got the oil feeds in the correct place, and the cable is adjusted correctly. For those who are not sure, you have it there, so on full throttle there's about 2 mil movement left. So that's full throttle, back off there. So all I need to do is put the final cover back on, and away we go. So that's set up. I fired up the engine, got it running. I hardly had any petrol in there, but anyway, I got it running. And just to get the oil through fully, having bled it with that little screw which I told you about, you hold the throttle, rev the throttle, sorry, and hold that arm fully open. And if you hold that arm fully open so the pump's on maximum and just rev it a few times, you'll just see it pumping through quite quickly, which I have done. So that's the job done. Really pleased about that, and I'll get some petrol tomorrow and go for a nice test ride. Well, I hope you found that useful, and maybe for stripping your one down or just for general information. But if you have found it useful, please give me a like and possibly subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Check out the other videos I've got, because if you like Suzuki's T20s, I've raced the T20 for many years, and I've got videos showing you how to strip the entire engine down, faults, gearboxes, the lot. There's a lot of Suzuki T20 videos on my channel. Anyway, that's all for now. See you again another time. Bye!